What's going on, guys? Mamboh here along with
Luke.
All right. It is the 19th of February. That means baseball is right around the corner, and we got a lot of things to talk about. So, as you can see of the title of this video, we're talking about the free agency, the offseason, and the trades that have transpired.
Whoa. Before we get into baseball, Mambo, how you doing today, pal?
I'm doing great. How are you, Lukey?
I'm fucking fantastic. Baseball's back, baby.
Well, baby.
Go.
All righty.
Oh, yeah.
So, Lukey, thank you for joining me. It's always a pleasure, man.
Always a pleasure to come on the show.
All righty. So the first thing we're going to talk about, 2 days ago, breaking news. Fernando Tatis, a 22-year-old shortstop stud, 14-year extension for $340 million. How do you feel about that?
You know, he still had about 3 years left on his rookie contract, so the Padres did not have to pay him. So the Padres are just wasting some. I mean, I understand they just want to lock him in, but like they're wasting a few years of money. So in my opinion, it's obviously like, yay, we still have Tatis, but they could have waited.
I agree. I don't believe in this counter argument, but a counter argument is saying that with inflation, that they would have to pay him more annually if they waited the 3 years. Even if that was the case, you're not paying the guy. He's still in his rookie contract for 3 years. You wait at least 2 years. He's got a career batting average of 301. Good, okay? 38 homers in under 150 games. He hasn't played one full season yet. How are we making him the fourth highest? That's the fourth highest contract in sports history. Is it? No. Is he that? He's good. He is right now. He is the face of baseball. But is he that good?
I mean, he's approaching Mike Trout territory with that money. Mike Trout's a 9-year accomplished player.
Exactly. I agree 100%.
So it's a bit much, but you still got to be happy if you're a Padres fan.
Yeah, no, if you're a Padres fan. But think about that side of the infield. You have Machado, who they just gave a shit ton of money to. And then you have Tatis. That's got to be the most expensive side. It is the most expensive side of an infield in history. I don't know. I don't know about that. All right, let's move on. The Rays trading Snell to the Padres, and then Yu Darvish to the Padres. The Rays received Luis Patino and Cole Wilcox. Also received Blake Hunt and Francisco Mejia. What do you think?
I mean, the Rays, I don't know why they're building for the future. They were in the World Series last year. There's no point in building for the future. I mean, obviously, as Yankee fans, we're very happy. This makes the Rays a lot worse. Took a big hit to their pitching staff. Snell's a stud. And the Padres are an absolute super team. They're freaking scary. But, yeah, you're the Rays. Why are you building for the future? You have it all right now.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I guess that's kind of the small market mentality. You saw with the Marlins back in 2003 when they had Miggy, or 2004. Right after they got to the World Series, they won. They shipped everybody off, restarted, and that's what the Rays are doing right now. It doesn't make sense. I understand you're trying to get something for Snell before he becomes a free agent. Okay, but you don't do that when you're hunting for a title. I don't know if this is a Yankee perspective or if this is a baseball perspective, but the Rays haven't won anything. They didn't win the World Series. So, no, you did not. There's one goal, and that is to win the World Series. They did not do that. You should not be satisfied with that.
Unless you're a Mets fan, because all they talk about is 2015.
I think making the playoffs is like a great achievement for Mets fans, honestly. Absolute jokes. But the most interesting part of this was Francisco Mejia to the Rays. I remember when he made his I was at the game when he made his debut for the Indians, and he was like the number one prospect. He could play third, he could be behind the plate, and then he just sucked. And I honestly, I don't think the Rays got enough. They didn't get a top prospect back. So definitely a big L. And
Yeah, Blake Snell's still a Cy Young caliber pitcher.
Absolutely. And they lost Charlie Morton. So
yeah. They got Glass now and then a bunch of bums.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the Padres last year, their biggest concern was they don't have enough pitching. They only have Lamet. Then they got Clevenger. Then they got Snell. Then they got Darvish. And they have
Paddock.
Chris Paddock. So another episode. Not even gonna get to that. James Mccann, Mets, 4 years, 40.6. What do you think?
I don't typically do this, but thumbs up, Mets fans. It's a good signing. Compared to Wilson Ramos, who's probably eating a McDouble in his car right now from McDonald's. James McCann's a big upgrade. James McCann's always been very underrated. I really want him to come to the Yankees, quite frankly. But, Mets fans, good signing. Congrats.
I agree.
That's what money does to you.
Yeah. I mean, 10.2, 10.1-ish mil a year. In this day and age, that's a good contract. James McCann, like you said, very underrated. That's a great signing. I would have loved to see him fight for the starting job with Gary.
Oh my God, yeah. Hey, Gary, I kind of Gary to like Daniel Jones because I'm a Giants fan. You're giving him too much time. Like, not good. Let him go. Come on.
Yeah, no, someone needs to
at least bring in competition.
Yeah, I mean, you saw with Cashman, he's bringing in Chirinos for Cole. So now they're gonna have 3 catchers. Chirinos won't be a.
Chirinos is a good hitter.
Yeah, he's not bad. But you got Higgy as well, who, let's be real, outperformed Gary in the later stages the whole season and in the playoffs.
He had Boone's trust in the playoffs instead of Gary.
So Gary's got to pick it up. Hopefully that's a fire under his ass.
I mean, I was watching some clips of Gary yesterday. He looks slim, so hopefully that'll help.
Hopefully. Now this is one back to the Mets. Lindor and Carrasco for Rosario, Jimenez, Josh Wolf, and Isaiah Green.
Yeah, Steve Cohen kind of worked his magic fingers there and kind of trade raped the Indians there. It's a great trade for the Mets.
I agree. I'm trying not to swear, so if I slip up, I apologize. So I'm not going to say what I was about to say because I was about to slip. But Steve Cohen is the most bullshittiest shit ever. Okay, he comes in like he owns the place. He kind of does. He comes in.
That's what an owner is.
Oh, Uncle Steve! They've done 2 things. One was the McCann. One was the Lindor. They did not get Bauer. They did not get Springer. And they're not getting Chris Bryant. Overrated. Somehow they haven't played a game and their owner is overrated. I didn't know that was possible, but it's the Mets. Carlos Beltran. That's all I have to say. Hired, fired. Mets. Uncle Steve. Oh, Daddy. Get out of here. Good trade. Carrasco and Lindor. Solid.
I think they like Uncle Steve so much because he's just such a big improvement from the brain dead Wilpons.
Yeah. But, I mean, I don't know. In New York, people tend to overrate things. I'll admit,
Even us Yankees fans do it all the time.
Absolutely. But yes, Lindor did kind of have an off year last year, but a switch.
2020, can't really.
I don't care. That's a great trade. Also, Ahmed Rosario, I don't think he's anything special, and I don't think he will be anything special.
Jimenez, he's got potential, but obviously, if you're a Met fan, you want Lindor over Jimenez.
Absolutely. Dodgers. Oh, this is another one the Mets absolutely passed up on. Justin Turner, 2 years, $34 million, with a 2023 club option. That's great. That's great.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't think there was any doubt that Justin Turner was going back to LA, but great signing.
I agree. My personal favorite, DJ LeMahieu, 6 years, $90 million. What a steal. Lukey.
I mean, no offense to DJ, but did he get good grades in school? Because he's got to work on his negotiation skills. Come on, man. You could have got. Come on, man. Joe Biden. Like, you, you could. DJ, you could have got like 6 years, 200 mil.
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on.
Um,
I'm very happy as a Yankee fan. Saved us money. I appreciate it. But like, DJ, you could have got. You're worth more than that.
I agree. Here's two things that interest me. DJ grew up a Yankee fan, so you know he wanted to stay. He is not the type of guy to beg for money. He took the 2-year, $24 million contract. Scott Boras is his agent. Scott Boras, I believe, is Garrett Cole's agent. Harper's agent. How does Scott Boras get Harper the most wild contract at that point in time, get Garrett Cole's contract, and then DJ's contract? It's weird. And my internet connection's unstable, but that's weird.
Mamboh, your McDonald's Wi-Fi is acting up a little bit.
Yeah, I could tell. But that must say a lot about DJ, because that really means he just wanted to be a Yankee, and he did not really care about the money. So
Good for him.
Good for him. 6 years, 150 mil. Springer to the Jays. That's a lot of money. That came out after DJ's. DJ's getting 6 for 90. Springer, 6 for 150. Who's a better player? Who would you rather have, George Springer or DJ LeMahieu?
DJ LeMahieu, 100%.
Without hesitation. I don't think that's a good signing for the Jays. It's good that they got him. It's not good that they spent $150 million.
He'll be a leader for that young team. He'll help them out. But obviously, as Yankees fans, we're totally biased against the Astros. I think Springer's a product of trash cans. He's nothing. He's a 280 hitter. He's nothing special.
I agree. I think he's wildly overrated. Bregman, I hate Bregman. Altuve, you suck. Correa, he's actually good without the trash cans we saw last year. Still, I don't like you either. Now we're talking about big contracts. Trevor Bauer, 3 years, $102 million, paintball to the nuts, or he could opt out after 1 year, or he could take the 40 for 1 and then 85 for 2. What's he going to do, and is it a good signing?
Let me just tell you this. You know Tanner Roark?
Yeah.
He's a pitcher who everyone thinks kind of sucks. He's underrated. He's not underrated, not overrated. Everyone, when you think of Tanner Roark, it's like, okay. He's making $4 million this year. His career ERA is a 3.8. Now, if we look up Trevor Bauer's
career ERA is a 3.9.
Tanner Roark has a better career ERA than Trevor Bauer. He's making $4 million, and Trevor Bauer's making $40 million. I mean, talk about a one-trick pony. Trevor Bauer had one good year. That doesn't deserve $40 million.
Trevor Bauer is 75-64 with a 3.9 ERA.
Trevor Bauer is nothing special, yet he's getting paid like he's the Jesus of pitching.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Again, two things about that. One, did the Dodgers desperately need Bauer? No. Am I glad the Mets didn't get him? Yeah. But inflation, that's a big thing. The Tatis one, we're going to wonder about that. Will a $40 million a year salary for a good player just be normal in a couple of years?
Oh, yeah.
Because I sure hope not. I mean, we got Judge, Glaber. What are we going to do? Yeah, but way overpaid. He does a 3.9 ERA, really?
Let's think about this for the Dodgers. Bueller, Kershaw, Bauer, Arias, and May. It's a good freaking rotation, but
that's a good rotation.
Didn't really need Bauer.
Will Bauer stay for all 3 years?
Mm-hmm. Bauer's a ring chaser. And the Dodgers are going to be a top 3 team in baseball for the next 5+ years. So
he will not stay with the Dodgers if one of two things happen.
They don't win the World Series?
No. If they don't win, I think he'll stay. If they lose the division, or if they lose in the playoffs to the Padres.
Then he'll go to the Padres, you think?
No. The Padres are. Do the Padres have any money left? They can't.
No.
But unless he will not leave if he did not pitch well. He needs to have an ERA under 3.4 in order to stay. In order to leave, sorry. If his ERA is over 3.4 and he does not have a dominant year, he stays for all 3 years because there's no shot in hell he gets that money anywhere else.
Yeah, I agree.
This deal is going to make you heartbroken.
Don't say. I know. I already know what it is. Don't even say it.
28, 2 years, Didi, Phillies. ¿Qué pasó? What happened?
Didi Gregorius, he's my favorite player of all time. You know why? Because I keep this in my head. I've been to 10 Yankee games with Didi on the team. He's homered in all 10 of them. So I just remember Didi as an absolute stud. I've always loved the way he plays the game. Okay, he's not my favorite player of all time. That was a bit of a stretch, but I always know he could put on a good show for me. No homo. And yeah, he always plays well when I'm there, and he's just fun to watch. The way he bat flips every day, he's just fun. He's just a stand-up guy, good guy. I like Didi a lot as a player.
I agree. He's a great locker room guy. He's great in the locker room. After the wins, his tweets, they're great. $14 million a year, lefty, shortstop. Hello, Yankees.
Glaber's not a shortstop.
Gio at third. Didi at short. Glaber at second. LeMahieu at first. Put Voit in for LeMahieu at first to give. Wow, it was terribly explained. You run a 5-man infield with.
So one person a day gets a break.
Exactly. That's what they did in 2018.
18, yeah.
And it worked.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's what they should have done. We have
it's the New York Yankees. There will always be time for people to play because people are always getting injured. So there will always be time for somebody to play.
So instead of Neil Walker or, I love the guy, Tyler Wade, you can.
Or Jay Bruce or Derek Dietrich. Why not Didi Gregorius?
Stop. You're getting me all jittery. Dietrich. But anyway, Didi, I love you. To my understanding, it seemed like the Yankees and Didi had a falling out when we didn't get him. He made some statement along the lines of they wanted Cole and not me. Well, Didi.
Well, if that's really how Didi thinks, I already lost some respect for him because of course the Yankees want Garrett Cole over you, Didi. So yeah. I don't think that's true. I think Didi understands that the Yankees would take Cole over him.
I agree. I'm just looking at this list. This offseason's been insane. Nolan Arenado to the Cardinals. And get this. The Cardinals also get $51 million. What? I think Fernando Rodney. But what?
Poor Trevor Story, man. Trevor Story's a beast. And the Rockies, they're just like throwing it, waving the white towel. They're just giving up. They're like, you know what? Padres, Dodgers, too good. Giants are emerging. We give up.
It's not even building for the future. It's just like.
It's just giving up.
At that point.
If I were a Rockies fan, I would be so heated.
What's that?
I would be so heated if I were a Rockies fan.
Thank God I'm not a Rockies fan. One thing that does come about, Arenado's home and road splits. Very big. He does great at home, terrible on the road.
Could be a product of Coors Field.
Maybe the Rockies were onto something. I don't know. But giving up $51 million is unacceptable. That's just dumb. By the way, the Cardinals traded Austin Gomber Mateo Gil, Elarius Montero, Tony Losi, and Jake Summers.
The Rockies could have at least gotten like Dylan Carlson from that.
Yeah. Now, if the Rockies got Dylan Carlson
It would have been a good trade.
Exactly, with an aging Blackman, okay. Maybe don't give up the $51 million because that's just dumb, but okay. Cardinals are going to be a team to look out for. This is a good signing. Braves, Ozuna, agreed to 4 years, $65 million. I believe Ozuna he was top 3 in NL homers last season. I know it was a 60-game season. Ozuna struggled with the Cardinals a couple years back. And
well, keep this in mind. Ozuna was the DH last year, so he hasn't played the field in a little while.
I think
last year they had Adam Duvall in the outfield. Now he's on Miami, so Ozuna's going back to left field. So he might struggle.
That's a good point, but offensively, good signing.
Yeah.
Braves, another good team. This season is gonna be fun. Twins, Andrelton Simmons, 1 year, 10.5. What do you think?
A little overpaid.
I agree.
Anderson Simmons is a good defender, but he can't really hit for jack anymore.
I agree. He's great. He's great defensively. I think he might be, dare I say, the best defensive shortstop.
I accept that.
But I don't know.
I mean, the Twins have such a stacked lineup. If Simmons just plays great in the field and is their 9-hitter, then good signing. But like if they're relying on him to be a great hitter, then not a good signing.
Yeah. Shortstops really need to be good defensively. That's why I'm pissed off with Gleyber. So they got their defense. If you don't get a hitting shortstop, fine. You got Polanco still. I mean, yeah, it feels good.
Royd boy.
What's that?
Royd boy.
Yeah. Oh, Royce Lewis. Is he
an outfielder though, right?
He can play anywhere. He could play second and the outfield. I don't know if he could play short. He can play short. He middle infielder and outfielder. Will he get called up this year?
He was. Yeah, I think he will for sure.
I love him. All right. Blue Jays. Now this one I freaking hate. It doesn't make any damn sense to me.
Oh, I know what's coming.
Marcus Semien for $18 million. What?
Clearly, some bartenders brewing up some strong drinks down there in Canada because someone was a little drunk with that signing.
$18 million.
Too much.
Bo Bichette, Kevin Biggio, Vlad Guerrero Jr. What? Biggio to third, Bichette sits at short, and now you're paying a mediocre second baseman in Semien $18 million, Vlad at first. That's what's going to happen. You do not pay a second baseman named Marcus Semien $18 million.
No.
Terrible.
I mean, Semien was top 3 in MVP voting in 2019, but he's overrated, in my opinion.
Way overrated.
Overrated.
Did he beat DJ out in the top 3? Don't get me started. Let's move on before I have a panic attack.
Before you burst the eardrum or something.
Recently just fractured his thumb. JT Realmuto, 5 years, 115.5. Bills.
Good for the Phillies.
He's going to be out for a month. Doesn't really matter because we're still in November.
He'll probably be back for opening day. I mean, maybe your brain's still in November, but we're all here in February. So
we are in February. Wow, where did that come from? Phillies locked in I'm not going to say a generational catcher, but a very good catcher.
Best catcher in baseball, for sure.
Yeah. I think the kid in Baltimore,
Adley,
is gonna I don't know if they're going to call him up this year or next year, but
He'll probably be a September call-up this year.
he got drafted last draft.
Yeah, but he's so good, so he's switch hitter, power, contact, speed, arm.
You don't see that very often.
No.
It's usually a good 5 years.
He'll probably be the best switch hitting phenom catcher since Jorge Posada.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, Posada wasn't very good defensively, but with the bat, I think you can
Good for the Orioles. You guys deserve something to look forward to.
I agree. Yeah. Wilson Ramos to the Tigers.
Okay.
That's pretty.
Meh. Who cares? Move on.
Corey Kluber, 11 mil, 1 year to the Bombers.
It's such a low risk, high reward deal because 11 mil. Who the hell cares? I mean, like, if he pitches great, then fantastic. If he pitches bad, okay. We got Davey Garcia. We got Clark Schmidt. We got plenty of depth. So
yeah. What would you rather do? Risk Kluber for 11 million, or sign a middle infielder named Marcus Semien for 18 million?
Kluber.
Absolutely.
By far.
Jameson Taillon, Yanks. And they gave up nothing. They gave up prospects with named Miguel, but not Andujar. I was shocked. I thought Andujar was going for sure.
I mean, I guess one piece of criticism for the Yankees is the main people they were signing are people that were hurt and could be terrible. Like, there were plenty of people that were totally healthy that they could have easily gotten. But, like, okay, you may as well try out some people.
Yeah.
Why not? Give them a chance. Revive their careers. Why not?
Low risk, high reward. I love it.
Yeah.
And buddies with Cole.
Oh, yeah. They're best buds.
The Mets. Oh, another one that the Mets missed out on. Hate the Mets. 1 year, $10.5 million. Nationals. Brad Hand.
Job.
On YouTube, when I post this, it says, "Is this video made for kids?" Absolutely not.
I've cursed like 3 times, you dipshit. 4.
Yeah, no, the Mets. We're getting Brad Hand. Brad Hand close to terms with the Mets.
Wait, what's with all the false reporting this offseason? These guys are all – Jeff Passan's the only one I trust at this point.
Yeah.
All these other guys don't know what they're talking about.
Ken Rosenthal kind of screwed up on a couple this year.
Yeah.
But the Nationals are an interesting team because I don't think that they are a playoff team.
They have a good little squad down there, but they're going to be mediocre. Like, I can see them finishing 500.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe even a little over. But with how good the NL is this year, I don't see them making the playoffs.
I see the Braves and Mets as big threats. The Phillies, and I don't know. The Nationals.
We're going to get into that next video.
Yeah, next video.
Next episode.
But, okay. Michael Brantley, 2 years, $32 million to the Astros.
Well, I thought there was a chance he was coming to New York, but okay, whatever.
I'm glad he didn't because of Clint.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, Clint. Aaron Boone said the other day, Clint has earned his job. It's about damn time they put some respect on Clint Frazier.
Yeah, I mean, he's a hitter. And his fielding got better last year. We also
He was a Gold Glove finalist.
Yeah.
Shows that hard work pays off, and hard work deserves you a spot in the starting lineup.
What more can you ask? Good signing for the Astros. Brantley could hit. It's not the cans or anything like that, so okay. The Nationals making some moves. Josh Bell and Kyle Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber is like, he sucks, but he's the type of guy where he's just fun to watch because, like, sometimes he gets an absolute nuke and you're just like, holy shit. But on the average, he's like a 200 hitter, so he's not good. And Josh Bell, he was so bad last year, but in 2019, for about 3 months there, he was a stud. Like, I thought he was going to be the MVP for a little bit.
Yeah.
So if he could get back to form a little bit, then I'm sure they gave him a cheap deal, then that would be a fantastic signing.
And he's a switch hitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's That's great.
But last year he completely shut the bed. So
60-game season. I don't care. That's also my rub with Tatis. You're paying that guy who's played his full season, was a shortened season. I don't know. But great for the Nats. I don't dislike the Nats. That's good. This one's gonna scare me. The White Sox, Liam Hendrix, 54/3.
I wanted him to go to some remote location in the NL, but of course we're gonna have to face him in the playoffs probably.
Yep. The White Sox are gonna be a very good team. That is a very important signing. I mean, Keuchel flew way under the radar last year. He had a 1.9. Insane. Way under the radar, and they were missing bullpen. You got Liam Hendrix.
They also got the kid that throws like 104 coming up, Garrett Crochet.
Yeah, from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Yep. I actually DM'd him on Instagram last year.
Did he respond?
But I like him. He's a lefty. He's got a little swagger. Big guy. He actually, fun fact, one of the only players to not play in a minor league game from draft day to MLB debut.
He kind of emulates a young Chris Sale, in my opinion.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I see it. This one I wanted instead of Jay Bruce, Jock Peterson to the Cubs.
That's a big Dodgers fans. Jock Peterson's just a guy that all Dodgers fans love, so it's a pretty sad guy to see go if you're a Dodgers fan. But okay, I mean, I think the Cubs aren't good, so I think that was kind of an irrelevant signing for the Cubs. I think Jock's going to kind of rot this year. I could see Jock being a guy who's traded at the deadline this year.
I agree. Yeah, and they got him for a reasonable price.
I can honestly see the Dodgers getting him back at the deadline. I could see that happening.
I could. Yeah.
Some big guy will get hurt. I mean, I'm not saying like I hope Bellinger gets hurt, but injuries happen. So if somebody will get hurt, then Jock will be right back on the Dodgers. I'm calling it right now.
And now, what if the Cubs finish, 88-74 and secure a wild card spot?
Then good for them, but I don't see it happening.
I hate to bore you guys, but I got a quick little story. It was about 3, maybe 4, definitely 3 years ago. I went to a Dodgers game with my buddy. His dad's tight with the Dodgers organization, so we got on-field BP and all that. I was there with a ball and a pen, and only one man came up to me, shook my hand. We had a little chat, and his name was Jock Peterson. Great guy. Honestly, I love Jock. He's a good player, an even better guy. He came out of his way to sign a ball and have a conversation with a couple of kids. That is how you earn a fan for life. So Jock, I wish you the best of luck.
That's why I'm a Brian Anderson Marlins fan for life.
Yeah. I mean, it's those players. Edwin Diaz, when he was with the Mariners, he came up to me, gave me a little siggy, and I said, go suck with the Mets. I said, okay. And then he went to the Mets and sucked. Francisco Lindor, that one impresses me the most. ALDS in Yankee Stadium. He signed an autograph for a couple Indians fans, and he was walking back to third pregame. I come up a little bit late. I'm like, Francisco. He's walking to third, hears me, looks back in a visiting ballpark, comes back, and signs. Like that's how to be a nice guy.
The stand-up guy right there.
You don't need to do much, just be a good guy. Raisel Iglesias sticks with the Reds. I don't know about the Reds this season, to be honest with you.
Last year the Reds were like, dark horse, gonna be good, and now this year's like, nah, Reds, okay.
I don't see
like maybe wild card, probably not. Like, okay.
Yeah. The Rangers trade Lancelin to the White Sox.
Lancelin's a workhorse. That's a good signing good trade for the White Sox.
The White Sox gave up Dane Dunning and minor league lefty Avery Weems. I think Dane Dunning is going to be good, or a good return for a absolutely nothing team in the Texas Rangers. White Sox are gonna be good. Gonna be very good. And I believe this was the one I'm about to say was the first main off-season move. Charlie Morton, Braves, 15 for 1 year.
Terrible for the Rays, great for the Braves. Morton was a beast in the postseason. So
yeah, he was a beast with the Astros. He was a beast with the Rays, and now he will be a beast with the Braves. I know he's old, but he still got it.
And he'll probably start the season as the ace until Mike Soroka comes back healthy.
I think Max Fried's gonna have a really good year.
Oh, I forgot about him. Yeah, he'll be good.
I could see him as the ace.
Yeah.
Derek Dietrich to the Yankees.
That's just a fun signing. Like, you can't be mad about that.
Yeah. Also, Yanks need lefty bats.
Him with his big chains, the freaking sunglasses. When he'll hit one to the first row at Yankee Stadium, he'll act like he just crushed it to space. It's just fun to watch.
And he kind of is Chris Archer's daddy.
Yeah, I mean, Dietrich only knows 3 things: strikeout, walk, home run. He bats like 190, but like, who cares? It's not like we're relying on him to carry the team. He's just fun to watch. Hopefully he could do well in spring training, make it as a bench bat. Like, he's fun.
Yeah.
He'll probably get cut by May, June, but like, come on, he's a fun guy to watch.
He's a lefty off the bench. Tyler Wade, this way they don't need to use Tyler Wade as a hitter. They can use him as a runner and a fielder. Dietrich can also play the outfield. So he is a great piece off the bench. Great. Lefty, I love it. Great time. And now, unfortunately, this is a very fitting way to end this episode. To the Rakuten Eagles. Masahiro, my hero, Tanaka.
It's enough to make a grown man cry.
It really is.
I miss Masa, and we haven't even watched the Yankees yet.
Just the videos of him swinging a bat in Japan.
Tanaka's going to be a beast in Japan.
Oh, yeah. He'll be great.
I have a feeling he's going to be so good that he might want to come back to the Yankees next year.
Maybe. I mean, he basically publicly stated that he doesn't want to play for any other MLB team besides the Yankees.
And the Yankees. Which
is great. I love that. I love the loyalty. We've had him for a long time.
Since 2013.
Yeah. It's a long ass time. Just with Guardy out.
What do we think about that, by the way? He's going to find his way back. He's not ready to retire. Even if it's in June, he's going to find his way back.
Won't want him back. I'm sorry. I know he's been like our leader, but like enough is enough.
Well, I never said as a player. Coaching staff, bench coach, hitters coach, something. Fucking like, sorry, excuse me. Like the like vendor. He'll do something with the Yankees. Even if he sweeps the women's room in the stadium, he wants to be a Yankee. Like,
I could see him as a bench coach.
He'll shine Cashman's shoes.
Like top of his head. Coaching staff.
I see it.
I wasn't even thinking of that.
Or maybe they'll do the bullshit with A-Rod, like the special advisor. What has he done?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Really nothing.
Yeah.
Guardy. I don't want Guardy back as a player.
You know where I'd like to see Guardy? I'd like to see him up in the booth with Michael Kay and David Cohn and Paul O'Neill. Yeah, I would.
I don't think he's got that like excitement.
He does. You see him when he gets ejected, how crazy he gets? He's got that flair.
He's got the flair, but he's like, I don't know.
Okay, well, I just want him back with the Yankees in some way.
I agree. No, I would love if he was the bench coach.
Yeah.
Quick little off topic. You said Yankees booth. One weird question. I saw this on Facebook a lot. John Sterling, Susan Waldman. Do you want him to stay?
Absolutely.
Okay. Look. It is high. It is far. It is. Oh, it's caught at the wall and he's doubled off at first. I want to I really want to do bad things when he says that when I'm in the car. However, he is, what, 80 years old? And with his passion, his excitement.
How could you even consider getting rid of John Sterling? John Sterling, his last day of announcing should be the day before he dies. Like he's awesome.
Yeah, I love him. And Susan.
I mean, I'm not trying to get political here, but if the Yankees fire Susan, who knows the backlash that would happen?
Yeah, I mean, she knows her stuff.
She's good.
So I'm not gonna.
Why not get like Ryan Ruocco in there?
I want Ryan Ruocco instead of Michael Kay.
Michael Kay is still like 60, 58.
He's young. It's not gonna happen. But I want Ryan Ruocco.
Seems like Ryan Ruocco's kind of shifted over to the Brooklyn Nets. Whenever they're on TV,
he's a yes guy. He's not just a crap. I was gonna say something. We were talking about Susan Waldman knowing her stuff. Unlike Jessica Mendoza.
Oh God.
Okay. Honestly, when I hear an ESPN game is on, and I'm like, oh, A-Rod and Matty V, and then I'll keep talking. When I hear A-Rod and Matt Vasgersian, I'm so excited. But when they suddenly, boop, it's Jessica Mendoza. I hate it. I'm not just saying this because it's her. It's with plenty of other announcers. When Lukey comes back, I got a question for him. But I hate announcers who talk for the sake of talking. Be energetic. Know your stuff. Don't just say something because you want to hear yourself talk. That pisses me off. Ruocco does a good job of not doing that. Michael Kay, as of late, he's been a little too me, and less about his job.
Sorry, Mom. I'm just relocating very quickly.
No problem. I'm just going off about Jessica Mendoza here. Joe Buck does the opposite. He doesn't talk about himself, and I don't like him on the field.
What are you talking about?
I'm just going off about announcers now because it's what happens when you leave. I go on a rant. Who's Tony Romo's partner?
Mamboh, I'm losing you, pal.
Tony Romo's partner. This is Zoom's day and age right here. Jim Nantz. I don't like Jim Nantz. Lukey's gone. What's happening? I don't know. Lukey's back.
I do apologize for the technical difficulties, but we're good.
I was complaining about Jim Nantz, Jessica Mendoza, Joe Buck, and Michael Kay. That's what happens. So I believe up to the 19th of February, we have covered all of the major off-season things, trades, signings, extensions.
What should the fans expect in episode 2?
Yes. So episode 2 it's going to be a good one. We're going to go over standing predictions. We each got our own. It's going to be fun. We also got the playoff picture. Now, as of the 19th of February, this might change tomorrow or tonight, but as of right now, they do have expanded playoffs. There's going to be 4 wildcard teams and 3 division winners per league. Take that into account. If you guys have listened to this entire pod, you're a god. If you have, I want you to make your own standings predictions for 2021 and playoff picture, okay? And I want you to give me a brief overview in the comments, all right? That's what I want. That's what's episode 2. We also have a third one about awards, but let's take one at a time. Lukey, do you have anything else to say?
If you hear from the TikTok, because I'm going to make a video and preview this, thank you. You're a beast. Thanks for the support. And that's it. This was good.
All right. Lukey, thank you for joining me once again.
Thank you for having me.
All right, guys. Mamboh out.
Luke out.
Have a good one, boys. Let's go, Yanks.